Today we're playing some gods, but this time they're infinite. So here is our Infinite God Esper Aristocrat combo deck, and the idea of this deck is amazingly cool. So we are built around Invasion of Amonkhet, the battle that has a bunch of text, draws us cards, opponent discards, mills a few cards. Most importantly, when it's defeated, it transforms into Lazotep Convert, a creature that can copy any creature in the graveyard. And we're looking to abuse this with the gods from Lost Caverns of Ixalan. We got 4 copies of the black god Aclazotz. We got 4 of the blue god Oher, but it doesn't really matter which one we have. So if you read these gods, they have a huge pile of text. Take Aclazotz, for example. It's a massive flying lifelinker. When it attacks, opponent's got a discard. When they discard a land, we make a bat. And then when it dies, return it to the battlefield, trapped and transformed under its owner's control. So out of that huge wall of text, we're abusing in our combo probably the least relevant of all of it. We're abusing that last line of text. When Aclazotz dies, or Oher, doesn't really matter which one, when the god dies, return it to the battlefield, tapped and transformed under its owner's control. So here's the actual combo of the deck. We play an Invasion of Amonkhet. Hopefully we mill over one of the gods. We got a bunch of other ways to loot and get our gods in the graveyard, and then we defeat the Invasion of Amonkhet. When we defeat it, we are going to transform into the Lazotep Convert. That can copy the god in the graveyard. So now we have an Invasion of Amonkhet that's, let's say, an Aclazotz. So now let's say this Aclazotz dies. That last line of text on Aclazotz is going to trigger. Return it to the battlefield, tapped and transformed. So how this is supposed to work is you're going to get the land side of the god, which maybe eventually you can flip back into the god if you put some effort and mana into it. But that's not what's going to happen here, because remember, it's not a real Aclazotz. It's an Invasion of Amonkhet that's copying the Aclazotz. So what actually happens is we return Invasion of Amonkhet to play, tapped and transformed, which means it's Lazotep Convert again, which means we can immediately copy the god in our graveyard again. So essentially with this setup, whenever our god dies, we just get it back again. It's the Lazotep Convert, copies the god in the graveyard again, and this opens up some ridiculous combo potential. Also worth mentioning, we do need to defeat the battle to actually have the combo work. Both of our gods are 4 power flyers, so they're actually perfect ways of defeating the battle. So they're combo pieces in the graveyard, but also combo pieces on the battlefield, and occasionally we can just win by attacking with them as well. So the rest of the combo, let's say we get the Infinite God thing set up. All we need to do to win the game on the spot is we need a free sack outlet. So we got our Buddy Bart, which can just sack a creature to put a counter on itself, and then we need a Blood Artist effect. So we have LSL Core Sadistic Pilgrim. Whenever one of our creatures dies, our opponent loses a life. So with this setup, we just take and sacrifice the Invasion of Amonkhet god to Bart to get a counter on it, trigger LSL Core to drain our opponent for 1, and then the god comes back into play, because really it's Invasion of Amonkhet. So we do it again, infinite damage, infinite draining, infinitely big Bart, and that's our plan for winning the game. As far as the rest of the deck, we get a bunch of removal. My favorite removal spell in this deck is kind of a sleeper pick, Obscura Charm. Obscura Charm is kind of ridiculous in the deck. So it's 3 mana, it's an instant. You get to choose to counter instant or sorcery spell, blow up a creature planeswalker mana value 3 or less, or return a multicolor permanent card mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. So along with being removal, in answering instants, sweepers, this is the way that we can reanimate our Bart, we can reanimate LSL Core, we can reanimate an Invasion of Amonkhet. So it gets all of our non-god combo pieces back from the graveyard for 3 mana instant speed. We also can use Hornlock Whale to do the cool trick with the blue god. The blue god's ability, we haven't talked about Oher at all, but its ability is when we cast an instant spell, it gains rebound. So we got this other weird synergy where Hornlock Whale, its spell side, Laguna Beach, 2 mana instant, put an attacking creature on the top of the bottom of their owner's library, blah, 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 blah. The more important part of this is if we have Oher out, we can cast Laguna Beach, we can make our opponent put one of their attackers on the top or bottom of their deck, and then Oher rebound ability, whenever we cast an instant spell, it gains rebound, is going to trigger. When we go to the next upkeep, we're going to get the Hornlock Whale's Eyes, this 6 mana 6/6 ward creature for free. So we cast the 2 mana side and get the 6 mana side for no extra mana, which is kind of ridiculous. Otherwise, Everflowing Well, Kaido Suzuki, these are extra ways to just get our gods in the graveyard, make sure we find our combo pieces. Mana base, it's all over the place, but pretty typical standard stuff. Creature lands, channel lands, bunch of dual lands. In the sideboard, bunch of removal and sweepers for aggro, bunch of counters, more Kaidos for control. And that is our Infinite God Esper Aristocrat combo deck. That's our Against Odds deck for today. So let's jump into some games and see just how realistic it is to pull off this really wacky, rules abusing Infinite God combo Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoy it. I'll be back in a bit for the wrap up. Need some magic cards? Well, you can snag them from our sponsor, Card Kingdom, over at cardkingdom.com/mtggoldfish. We've got new tokens and playmats, and you can even get the tokens signed if you want. Check them all out over at mtggoldfishmerch.com. All right, it is Infinite God time. We are trying to pull off this super sneaky, super cool Infinite God Aristocrat combo, Esper God combo. We need to draw land, but this hand looks pretty good if we draw land. If we draw land, we got the Invasion of Amonkhet, we got a Bart, we have some card draw, got a little removal. I mean, we only really need one land to get to Kaido anyway, and that gets the god in the graveyard. It is possible we should be playing more Kaidos in this deck. Kaido's really good, because it works with Obscura Charm too. It's reanimatable. I think this synergy is super neat. Whether or not it's actually competitive, that's what we got to find out. Can we actually pull it off? Is this like full on against the odds mode? Or is it a combo that can actually win the game on occasion? All right, start on the with the tap land. Opponent, Gemmer's Garden, sure. Well, we did not draw land, so more tap lands it is. So opponent did some mulliganing, but leading on the Triome. Okay, leading on two, oh boy, not like this. Leading on two Triomes, they're probably in a Troxa deck, so they're gonna have a lot of card draw. We really need to draw land this turn or we're gonna be in sorry shape. Opponent, Cavern on Angel, and going to do a little Spelunking. Sure. Spelunking seems pretty sweet in the Troxa decks. Puts the Pistachio into play. All right, there we go. We find the land. Let's get down the Invasion of Amonkhet. Would be nice if we could just mill a god here. Okay, we mill Aclazotz. That's perfect. Wait, there's actually a world where we just combo kill next turn after missing our land drop against like the scariest deck in Standard. Opponent, would you like to discard? We also get to draw a card here. Opponent has to discard. Our board doesn't look very threatening, so it seems like wrathing here would be not ideal for our opponent. Wait, are they salting? Are they salting out because of Invasion of Amonkhet? Is that enough to make... Okay, opponent discards, Herd Migration. Well, we're going to chip in at the battle here, because we do need to flip it. Well, let's see what our opponent does. If we can flip the battle, we have the Atlas Hellcore, we have the Bart. Like, that's just infinite damage, infinitely big creature. If we can flip it, I mean... Okay, up the beanstalk. Sure, draws a card. One way to beat the Troxa decks is just combo kill before they can play a Troxa. That is one way to go about it. And okay, wow, that is... Well, they're going to untap land, so they're going to have 1 mana. Hopefully it's not a Plains. That would make me worried about Leyline Binding. But okay, it's an island. We should be good. Only 6 lands, so they can't actually block the Bart. So this is just game, right? Are we just comboing? I think we're doing it. Okay, so go to combat. I don't see how this can go wrong. Transform the battle. Battle, gonna copy Aclazotz. And now we play LSL core, so we have a Blood Artist. And now it's combo time. So we sack the Aclazotz. It says it returns to the battlefield transformed, but it's actually Invasion of Amonkhet. So Invasion of Amonkhet returns transformed to copy Aclazotz. And now we just do this all day, or until our opponent realizes that we literally have infinite life, infinite drain, infinitely big Bart, infinite gods. All right, well, that was, I mean, we even missed a land drop. I know our opponent mulligan, but like, we got stuck on 2 lands. We are comboing off with 3 lands on, I think, turn 4 here in Standard. Splinter Twin? I know it's early, but did we break it? Did we break it? Well, apparently Infinite God combo can actually work. Yes, we had a lot of fun, thank you, Arena. That's how you combo off with Esper Gods. Let's just keep doing that for the rest of the video. Wow, it's a lot of LSL cores. They're all legendary, too. We do have a Kaido, though, so I think it's fine. Yes, having a bunch of the same legend is awkward, but Kaido's looting should help. What's our opponent up to? Market Neome. Ooh. This might be the new hyped artifact deck. I hope there's an artifact deck. Thousand Moon Smithy seemed like one of the best cards in the set during spoiler season, so I hope there's a busted artifact deck in Standard. Or a good artifact deck. Let's Kaido, let's loot. Get rid of an LSL core. Way too many sadistic pilgrims at the moment. Opponent. Land and... Okay. Well, I didn't mean I wanted to see a busted artifact deck right now against us. I was thinking more in the future against someone else. But yeah, it's gonna be a problem. That's already a 4/4. Thankfully, we do have like a ridiculous amount of removal in hand, and we could maybe. Wow, we could run out the god. Kaido survives, right? Well, not necessarily. Yeah, I think we need to kill this token. The upside of getting down Blue God is Blue God does rebound all of our removal. Thran Spider, oh, they're gonna flip that. All right, this might be an issue. Opponent. Well, thank you for the Power Stone. A useless piece of artifact. Gonna attack the Kaido. Well, let's just go to Laguna Beach here. Get rid of that 6/6. Beach party time. Opponent. From Laguna Beach to Ottawa. Well, let's keep on looting. Because we have Obscura Charm in hand, we can just keep discarding these combo pieces because we always reanimate them. We do need to find... Obscura Charm is actually like hilariously good in this deck because it can reanimate Invasion of Amonkhet as well. Let's get down LSL Core. I assume our opponent's tapping out this turn, probably, to flip the Thousand Moon Smithy. So we are probably going to need a combo. I don't think we're going to win this fairly because our opponent's just going to be making free... Oh my god, another one. All right, they're going to be making a lot of really big constructs. That's a 7/7. Well, Obscura Charm. Blow up the 7/7. No. We can loot for a land, though. We're actually getting close to ultimating this Kaido. I don't even know if we want to, but maybe. If we draw land, we can play the god and rebound a removal spell. I think we just attack here so we don't have to loot. We don't really want to discard any of these cards. Can we hit a land? Come on, Kaido. That'll work. That will work. Well, now we get to do one of the other sneaky synergies of this deck. We get to play our god. The god rebounds any of our instants. If we rebound an adventure spell, we get to cast the creature side for free. Oh no. Are you going to kill our god? I guess we can see what they target. Maybe they draw cards. Draw some cards, opponent. Ooh, all right, they're going to go after the god. Well, in that case, get lost, Construct. We got to get the rebound value while we can. Opponent, the downside of this, normally giving our opponents maps isn't like the hugest downside. It is a pretty huge downside when your opponent's a Thousand Moon Smithy deck. Each one we cast is making their future constructs +2/+2. Opponent, Reckless Anchor Mage, goes after the Kaido. Well, we get to rebound, blow up the Thran Spider, give our opponent even more maps. Well, there's a Bart. We really need to find... Yeah, let's loot. How do we do this? Let's play the Bart. Gain a life. Got him. Make a ninja? I don't know what to do with this Kaido now. It's definitely not ultimating. Yeah, let's make a ninja. The ninja might be relevant in the future if we can find Invasion of Amonkhet. This is a very scary situation. This flip Thousand Moon Smithy. All right, opponent's gonna do some mapping. This flip Thousand Moon Smithy is a... Wow, Braided Net. Oh god. Oh, they have so many artifacts. That Braided Net is like draw a billion. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's like draw 10. It's draw 10. And now 11. And they might get a map token. Yeah, it's like, it's lit. Wow. Braided Net's ridiculous. All right. Well, opponent gonna go to combat. Gonna kill the Kaido. We get to Laguna Beach it. I don't even know if we care about keeping Kaido around, but getting rid of a land is nice. That's a casual 14/14 there for free. Opponent's gonna map. Well, at least wow, are they gonna mill it? Okay, they're just growing the gnome. Well, we draw another blue god. Let's get in with a ninja. Draw a card. We gotta find Invasion of Amonkhet. That's the missing piece of this puzzle. Draw with Kaido. Ooh, okay, that is interesting. Oh, this also gets rid of the Braided Net. Oh wow, that's so good. Milling that Braided Net is huge. That was the perfect draws. Yeah, now we play the god, and like I mentioned before, along with being a combo piece in the graveyard, the gods are really good at flipping Invasion of Amonkhet, and we have the full setup here. So our opponent does have flying blockers. They have a Reach Spider, and they have a creature land. But do they even... I don't even know if people know. If we flip Invasion of Amonkhet, we win. We win the game on the spot. Game over. Infinite. I don't think people know that, though. Like... I don't know if people know how devastating flipping that is. We'll see what our opponent does here. So opponent's going to do a bunch of mapping. Sure. Draw roughly infinite lands. I don't know about this. Is sacking the map worth it? I mean, they got a lot of lands out of the way. Boy, I'm glad we milled that Braided Net. Opponent would have drawn so many cards, and now they just drew a bunch of lands. Gonna get at the Kaido. Well, Kaido, you have done your job. You looted away all those extra legends. Let's see what happens. We draw a land. So we could kill the spider, but then they still have the creature land. Let's just attack the battle. See if our opponent... Oh, death. Opponent, would you like to learn about a new combo? All right, flip Invasion of Amonkhet. Let's attempt convert. I think we will copy this Aclazats. We will gain a life. And now we do the fun thing. Sack the Aclazats. Actually, we can sack either god, doesn't really matter. Let's sack the Aclazats. Oh, we gotta sack the one that's Invasion of Amonkhet, obviously. So Aclazats, actually Invasion of Amonkhet, dies, comes back, gets drained by the LSL core, crows the Bart, do it again, 15 more times, and I think we got him. And our opponent was making 14-14s very early in this game, and the combo comes through. I mean, I guess that's the power of playing a combo, right? Like, you can beat anything. If you combo off, it doesn't really matter how big your opponent's creatures are, because you're just like playing a different game, essentially. I can't believe we won that. That was super sweet. And yeah, we'll keep this. Sounds pretty good. We do need at least one more land. Oh god, mono red. Oh, mono red. Well, another Invasion of Amonkhet. Let's play LSL core. Opponent takes up the faces. And lightning strikes. Sure. Well, we did find the land. Let's Invasion of Amonkhet. I mean, considering we're up against mono red, we're not as dead as we could be. We milled a god, which is nice. Obscure Charm is really sneaky in this deck. I feel like Obscure Charm might be underrated. Like, it's a little expensive. Like, 3 mana is kind of a lot, but it's like okay removal, an okay counterspell. In an R deck, it's like actually, Monstrous Rage. It's actually like absurd reanimation. All right, well, Monstrous Rage is a lot of damage. Down to 12. Play the tap land, and I think we have to Obscure Charm. This is where Obscure Charm is kind of at its worst. You'd rather just have a cut down or something, but Phoenix Chick. Yeah, this might be going poorly. Opponent with a big attack. Well, let's see if we can kill this Monastery Swiftspear. Monstrous Rage. No. Seriously? Oh my god. Well, sometimes your opponent has 3 Monstrous Rages. I mean, if we had drawn an untapped land, the Black God might have saved, it probably would have saved us, actually. 4/4 Lifelinker would have stabilized, but yeah, now we're dead. Playing some Invasion of Amonkhet, Esper God, Aristocrats in Standard, and Sen looks fine. After this, so we would have played, so we did Red God with Sunshot Militia, we did Green God, the one-shot kill deck with Voldaren Thrill Seeker. Now we got blue and black with Infinite Aristocrat combo. It's kind of hilarious to me that the only god we haven't played yet is the token tripling white god, which is like the most obvious one to do busted things with. But we're close. We're close to having played, I think, pretty cool decks around every one of the gods. Opponent gets in, hits us. Sure. All right. So this is going to be interesting. Mono red is really popular on Arena and Best of One. We beat it sometimes. Opponent Bloodthirsty Adversary, Monstrous Rage. I feel like this is going better than last match against Mono red, that's for sure. The good news is, so we can kill this Bloodthirsty Adversary if we need to. We'll see. Our opponent could play like a Godric or something. They get to draw a card if that resolves. This is a very pump spelly mono red. So we'd have to use our Get Lost. Yeah, I think it's worth it. Our best plan against mono red, outside of just comboing, all right, that's fine. Lightning Strike the face. Outside of just comboing quickly, which can beat anyone, is the Black God's actually really good. 4 toughness is a good number. Lifelink on a 4-power creature is kind of huge. So this is what we want to do. Like, this is our best way to try to keep up with mono red. Kill a thing, stick the Black God, and hope that opponent has nothing. That should be game, I think. Opponent discards a land, we get a bat, we gain 4, and Yeah, I mean, I guess we just keep playing gods. That's the other upside of this deck is the gods are both like big flying creatures with extra upside. Sometimes you just like cast them and attack people and they die. Well, we got mono red that time. Sweet. Infinite God combo time. We are playing some Esper God Aristocrat combo, the Invasion of Amonkhet. Snooper sneaky combo. Snooper. This hand looks fine. I mean, we got the Invasion of Amonkhet. Double Ellis is a smidge awkward, but oh god, dinosaurs. I am actually like pretty scared of dinosaurs. I don't know if dinosaurs are like that strong, but they can put a lot of power on the battlefield super quick. Yeah, let's just... This can exile stuff from the graveyard, which is kind of awkward, although I don't know how seriously our opponent's going to take that. Like, normally you don't want to pay 2 just to exile a random god from the graveyard. All right, so Invasion of Amonkhet. We draw, opponent discards. We did mill a god. We just got to be careful that if we get to the point of, ooh, there's Bart. Okay. Well, now this hand's really good. We just got to figure out a way to flip this. We do need to be aware that this paleontologist can be graveyard hate. Yeah, let's just Everflowing Well. We actually kind of want to draw a god now. Okay, that'll work. There's a blue god. We need a god to flip this Invasion of Amonkhet, but we need to combo when our opponent does not have 2 mana up. Oh, Hulking Raptor. Opponent's got the old 2-land million mana draw. 1, 2, 3, 4. They have 6 mana and 2 lands. I really want to like play things. Oh, we might have to just bite the bullet and kill the Hulking Raptor as much as it pains me. You know what? Let's be a little greedy. Let's try to win. Sure, opponent. Make all your mana. Spend it wisely. Spend it wise. Like, the ups... Ooh, Brachiosaur. Okay, wait. Do we have enough mana? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my god, we win. Okay, combo time. Opponent step down. They don't have enough mana. So we will play the land. Get lost to Brachiosaur. Wow. Yeah. Well, this worked out perfectly. Now we can use our god to flip the Invasion of Amonkhet. And I think we might copy Ecclesatz. Seems like a good plan. Lazotep convert. Yes, we will be a god. And play our Blood Artist, play our Sack Outlet, and time to go infinite. Wow. Yes, deck is actually better than I would think, that's for sure. Well, yeah, sack the god, copy the god, do it again. What a neat, weird synergy. I love decks like this that take advantage of like a weird quirk in the rules or in the card design. Like the fact that you could just like keep transforming the Invasion of Amonkhet because of the weird wording on the gods. So funny that works. Opponent scoops it up. Thank you, opponent. So far, we haven't run into anyone that's just sat through the entire combo. Definitely appreciate that because we probably would time out if you made us click through all of it. But, well, yeah, that was a good one. Well, all right. Go Everflowing Well. I do think, so I've been playing this deck quite a bit. The Everflowing Wells, they're fine. I'm coming around to the idea that maybe it's actually just better to play a bunch of Kaidos over the Everflowing Wells. The backside, ooh, right, of Valve Sleeper. The backside of Everflowing Well has not impressed me. It does ramp, but sure. Well, there goes our LSL core. And we take 1. Well, play the land. Yeah, I guess we just, well, yeah, let's Everflowing Well here. We really would like to land. We mill a land. We draw a tap land. Drawing 2 is not bad. That gives us stuff to discard to the Soliliana. Don't Shieldred. No Shieldreds. No. Well, it's not Shieldred. That is a Phyrexian Obliterator, though. I mean, we are playing a lot of removal. So we do have plenty of ways to kill this. Well, that's sort of removal. So we can kill the Valve Sleeper, but that's like our entire turn. That feels so bad. Yeah, I think we just Invasion of Amonkhet. Mill. Well, we milled a god. That's good. We always want at least one god in the graveyard for the combo, just in case we get to it. Opponent discards a Path of Peril. All right. Hopefully our opponent does not have a big follow-up here. Oh, boy. The Sad Children, ETB trigger does nothing, but just being a 4 or 5 is pretty bad for us here. We really, boy, and as Menace? We might just be dead, honestly. Another invasion. We've drawn too many Invasion of Amonkhets and Wells here. So we get to kill the Dork, the Evolve Sleeper. I mean, we can play LSL Core, but it doesn't matter. Liliana, yeah, we just got to draw cards. Like, there's not really a point. We need to just draw removal. Mill. Oh, all right. Neither of those are removal spells. So I think we might be in trouble. Thankfully, they can't activate their creature land at least. Opponents, looking at the graveyards. I don't think we've run into a single person that understands what our... Oh, really? Gix's command. Oh, now we're super dead. So, yeah, even if we draw removal, we're still dead. All right, well, that was awkward. That was some just very clunky running. Yeah, I mean, it sounds reasonable. We got lands, got spells. Nothing super exciting, but it's fine. That's one of the nice things about this deck is, like, yes, we are a combo deck, but we're not playing a bunch of, like, super bad combo pieces, so we can just, like, play a normal game of Magic. Like, we can just cast our gods and our Barts and whatnot and win like a normal deck. Kaido's really good. I do want to add more Kaidos to the deck, especially since we can reanimate it with Obscura Charm. Opponent's doing a bit of mulliganing over there. Wow, all the way down to 5. Okay. Opponent leads on a white source. Sure. Well, there's our Invasion of Amonkhet. Huh? How is that possible? Oh! Oh, okay. It's the land that makes 2. I didn't pay attention to our opponent's land. It's the land that makes 2 for activated abilities on lands. All right, turn to Field of Ruin. Well, we are playing basics. We're responsible gamers, although we do not have any basic islands, which is kind of awkward now. Let's play a Ganjo. Get down our good friend Bart. So the opponent's got to be like mono white control. Remember when that deck was like the best deck in the format? So it was one of the decks that like actually could compete with Fable the Mirror Breaker. Couldn't really compete, but it was one of the decks that tried the hardest. Oh, they're probably playing a lot of Field of Ruins. We might actually get a wedding announcement. We can just get lost that. Get it out of here. Would have preferred our blue mana untap, but we can't be too picky. Opponent. Oh, Demolition Field, don't activate that. No. Okay, Restoration of Ganjo. Oh, if they blew up our Dark Slick Shores, we wouldn't have been able to get blue mana. We really want to get this Kaido down at least. Or, like, Invasion of Amonkhet might be even better, actually. Because we get a free attack in at it. Yeah, let's step off. Yeah, I think Invasion of Amonkhet. Even though we can't fully flip it here, getting it down to 2, ooh, we milled some gods. Getting it down to 2 is nice. Getting it down to 2 means it's going to be a lot easier to flip in the future. Getting it down to 2 also means there is farewell. There is a world where we just win next turn. It's not likely, but it's possible. Like, if we just top deck LSL Core and can flip it, well, yeah, okay. That world is looking slightly more likely. Well, opponent, you need to not let us flip this or you die. And our opponent doesn't know. Are we just going to luck into the fastest win ever? Opponent. Opponent. Okay. Wow. That was actually a very counterintuitive but very good play from our opponent. Our opponent Sunfold to get rid of a pretty harmless looking Bart, but if they didn't do that, they would have actually straight up lost the game. We would have flipped and comboed off. So that was, I don't know if they were like, maybe they know of the synergy. Is there some way our opponent actually realized what our deck's doing? I don't think, no one does. It's like, I mean, I made a short about this energy like a week ago or something, but I don't know, maybe they know what's up. Clay fired bricks. So this is definitely like mono white control. Grabs a plains. Get in there with your 1/1 incubator. Well, we will take the 1. I mean, I guess we're to the start casting gods part of the game then. Our dream of winning super quickly, it's at least on hold. Sunfall's especially annoying because we could have reanimated the Bart with the Obscura Charm if it was not exiled, but Sunfall in specific, we don't really want our opponent to go off with the rabbit. Yeah, let's loot with Kaido. Yeah, let's discard Ellis. We can always reanimate it, play the land, and I guess we're just gonna run out Aclazotz. Like, if they have an answer, they have an answer. If they don't have the answer, Aclazotz is really good. Also, why do people not play Obscura Charm? Counters Sunfall, Farewell, kills a decent number of creatures, like all the early game creatures. And if you're in the right deck, reanimates? Like, that's a lot of flexibility. I feel like that card should see more play. Like, it gets back Rafine, even decks like that, Denic, Rafine, like all the stuff you see in the tier Esper decks, it reanimates all that stuff. I guess it's just not a creature, but still. I feel like it's an underrated card. Opponent gonna do some mapping. It is annoying that our opponent has so much exile-based removal. Our deck doesn't really care about removal too much. Exiling is a little different, a little more annoying. They also grew their Architect big enough that we can't actually block it. Or I guess Kaido, we don't lose it. It goes to 1, but still. It's a lot of loyalty. This is also awkward that we know the Wandering Emperor is coming. If we attack with our god, which we really want to do, we're probably going to end up losing it in the future. Do we even want to flip? Do we want to flip here? Even though we're not ready to combo. We'd be flipping into Legend rolling away our Black God? Yeah, let's do it, I guess. It's always a tough decision, like, do you save the Invasion of Amonkhet to try to combo in the future? Or do you flip it because it's kind of free value and try to win fairly? Oh, they discarded Lauren. Okay. Well, that actually, well, we're not comboing, but this actually works out pretty well. So we can last tap convert to copy the Lauren to blow up the 4/5. I think that's better than just Legend ruling away our Black God or getting like an Ellis Elcor. That's gotta be better. All right, well, we'll take the Lauren, blow up the Architect, draw a card. I imagine our Aklazot's about to get sniped here. There might be a world where we actually get lost the Aklazots. Our opponent's only got 2 cards in hand, so we can actually flip it back around pretty easily. Flipping the gods back and forth, it happens on occasion. It doesn't happen all that often, but it does happen on occasion. It is worth keeping in mind. All right, lay down arms on Ellis. Sure, we don't really care about that. We're like so far away from comboing at this point that trying to like counter to protect Ellis does not seem worth. Keeping the Kaido around would be nice. I guess they kind of have to, wow, there's not even gonna attack. They could have killed the Kaido by double attacking and then pumping with Wandering Emperor, but I guess going after the god makes more sense. I mean, they gotta be going after the god, right? Yeah, I think it's worth it. Like, they only have 1 card in hand, so we can immediately reflip it. This does mean the Wandering Emperor sticks around, but always weird to use your own removal spells on your own creatures, but sometimes it's actually the best play, and I think it is there. All right, opponent thinks and passes. We draw. Okay, there's Invasion of Amonkhet. I wish all their removal didn't exile. After praising Obscura Charm, it's actually looking pretty awkward this game because our opponent just exiles all of our stuff. If they're using Go for the Throats, we'd actually be pretty close to comboing, but attack the Wandering Emperor. I assume our opponent's going to do some chumping. And let's just crack the map. Crack the map? Yeah, I don't think we actually need to draw the blue god here. Draw. And now we will, I think we just flip back into the black god. It's either that or Invasion of Amonkhet. They only have 1 card in hand. Yeah, let's play the tap land. We can also just pass and like flash in the whale or something. Yeah, I think this is fine. The weird awkwardness here is we just don't have much blue mana. It would be nice if we could do a thing and also leave up an Obscura Charm for like a farewell, but getting down the Invasion of Amonkhet in the long run, I think is what we need the most. Oh, I guess they can craft the clay fried bricks. Yeah. All right, so opponent, it's all right, baby. It's all right, bub. The problem is we don't have a sack outlet or a blood artist. I mean, I guess it's okay, Bear. It's okay, bud. Just having an infinite god is good. Although this matchup, so much exile removal, not the best one for an infinite god loop. If they go for like the triple block, soul partition's pretty sweet. Yeah, we get a pretty good blowout. I guess we could start drawing with the Lord to try to find combo pieces. Opponent blocks and blocks. Yeah, Soul Partition. So get rid of one, kill the other one. And now I think we get back to Black God, and we get to leave up the Obscura Charm. That's what we wanted. So now we can actually protect it, which is huge. Like if our opponent has a lay down arms or a farewell or something, we can just counter it. Well, maybe we're winning this one fairly. This has turned into a grind them out style game, but I mean, mono white's super grindy, so maybe we can just grind them out. The worst thing for us would probably be like an Eternal Wanderer or something. That we can't counter with a Obscura Charm. It's been a very interesting game. Standard's been pretty fun lately. I've actually, ever since Lost Caverns of Ixalan, yeah. Yeah, you got enough loyalty on that to kill the god, don't you? I mean, that's fine. But yes, that's a little odd. I kind of forgot about Wandering Emperor being able to exile again. Oh, that Wandering Emperor actually did some work. Two -2s. Yeah, the god does transform into play tapped. All that talk about protection, thinking about farewells and all that in hand, no. The actual threat's just hanging out on the battlefield. I mean, we're still fine. It would have been nice to keep that, but we still have more cards. We still got the Invasion, which can flip into a god. We'd really like to find a Bart. A Bart would be really nice. If we're gonna flip into a god, it would be nice to have. Yeah, let's cycle. It would be nice to have a way to sacrifice it to fizzle removal spell. That's what we're kind of missing at this point. I mean, I guess we could. Yeah, let's kill this. Maybe we start reanimating. Okay, Invasion of Amonkhet. What are we copying, though? Like, a god is an easy choice. Opponent just has a Lauren. Yeah, I think we just go back to Aklazot's. We've went through a lot of our deck. Let's draw with Kaido. So looking for Bart, looking for Ellis, basically. We have the Infinite God, although, like I said before, yeah, we're going to let our opponent draw, because we really would like to find a Bart. Invasion of Amonkhet. Okay, yes, we will play that. The God's not that infinite in this matchup, just because all the removal exiles. Mill. Draw a card. These Obscure Charms have done nothing now. Everflowing Well. Well, now I guess we pass. Still a little worried about like a farewell or something. That would still be like the biggest blowout if our opponent can just farewell us. Opponent. Roadside Reliquary. Sure. Yeah, maybe we don't even need to combo. Maybe we just shift focus to. I mean, we get to attack for 10. We have 2 counters in hand. Let's get back to this Ellis. So we're a Bart away. We're a Bart away from going infinite. So either we try to beat down and win in 2 turns attacking, or we find a Bart and just get to go infinite. The problem with attacking, another Obscura Charm. Where's our Barts? We've drawn so much of our deck. The only problem with attacking is if they have Eternal Wanderer, it's very awkward. Like Eternal Wanderer sniping our god, and then all of our shenanigans fall apart. Attack. I think we have to. Get in. Discards a land. So we get a bat. What does our opponent have? What are they thinking about? So suspicious. I mean, or maybe I guess they just have Demolition Field. Maybe that's why this is clocking. All right, well, we hit you to 15. Flip the Invasion of Amonkhet. Invasion of Amonkhet. Lazotep Convert. Flip into Blue God. Draw a card. I mean, we'd still like to just hit the Bart and combo kill. Okay, Invasion of Amonkhet. Play that. Can we draw the Bart? Or even mill the Bart? If we mill the Bart, that's fine too, because we got the Obscura Charms. So 4 shots at hitting the Bart. Mill. Okay, no Bart there. Draw. And then I guess we can also draw with the well, maybe? Come on, deck. Okay, another Blue God. There's not that many cards left in our deck, honestly. Play the land. Yeah, we don't need to leave up 2 counters, I don't think. They don't have the mana to double farewell anyway. All right, Everflowing Well. Mill. Can we get a Bart? No. Draw. Thank goodness. All right, finally. Oh, well, it took a lot of digging. And this was a long, grindy game, but combo finally assembled. Sack the god, drain you, get it back. Ayo. And, and do this until you die? Well, I gotta say, this deck actually kind of works. It looks like a pile, but the combo's really sneaky, and it's such a cool synergy, and it wins way more than it honestly should. Combo's back, combo's back. All it took was some weird gods and Invasion of Amonkhet. Oh, thank you, opponent. Thank you. Our streak of having opponents scoop rather than make us click a million times continues. Well, not bad, not bad. That was pretty sweet. So what do we learn this week about Esper God Infinite Aristocrat combo in Standard? And overall, the deck worked a lot better than I expected. So this is one of the decks that we ended up playing in Best of One, mostly because Graveyard Hate does get us. So if we run into opponents who are sideboarding Graveyard Hate, we'd probably maybe win game 1, and then game 2, they just exile our god from the graveyard, fizzle our combo, we get very sad. Overall, I played 22 games with the deck, went 12-10, so 55% win percentage, which is pretty good for an against the odds deck. The combo, we won with a lot of times. One of the things that makes this deck actually oddly powerful is the combo's really good. No one expects it. No one knows what's going on with this deck. No one has any idea. So people don't put a lot of effort into defending the Invasion of Amonkhet. So there were times where our opponent like could have blocked and kept us from flipping it, but they just didn't. And then we just combo off and win the game. So the combo's really good at winning the game, but also we can sometimes just win like a normal deck. I gotta say, it was actually very impressed with the power of both of the gods. Like Aclazot's our best card against aggro. Ohyr Papotic, also like a pretty big flyer. We sometimes get some sweet rebound value with Get Lost or Hornlock Whale or Soul Partition or whatever. So they both performed really well. So the deck actually felt like pretty solid. The biggest issue with the deck is actually just like super fast aggro. If we run into like mono red, and oh my god, apparently arena players love playing mono red in Best of One. At one point, I think I played mono red 7 straight games. We do beat it on occasion, but overall, it's not a great matchup. Against mono red, we're often just not quite fast enough to actually like get our combo set up. We can win most easily with just sticking Aclazot's as a 4/4 lifelinker. Like that's our biggest out to that deck, is like play some removal, hopefully stay alive, stick in Aclazot's, hope that it lives, and then we gain some life and can get back into it. But that's the hardest matchup, just these super dedicated, super fast aggro decks. On the other hand, the deck's powerful, it's sneaky, it's actually like super fun to play, and I just love the weird wording that it's abusing. Like, who would have thought that that last line of transform text with the gods from Lost Caverns of Ixalan would combo with a random battle somehow? So I just love the idea of the deck. But anyway, that is Infinite Gods. That's better against the odds for today. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon. Looking for even more Magic? Well, check out the video where we talked about Magic's first ever meme card in Throat Wolf, or maybe last week's Against the Odds where we stole and smacked and sacked our opponent's bombs.